This is the 2024 ISA World Championships, and this is going to crown our next international world champion from 55 countries. I think there's 260 surfers in total.
When you come to an event like this, you have to remind yourself, like, where you come from. We do it differently. Like, we wear wetsuits. Like, that alone is a huge difference. Like, our climate's so much colder. Like, dealing with the heat. Like, how much quicker we get dehydrated. Like.
So at previous ISA events, we haven't had the privilege of having a manager or a coach with us. For this event, it was great having a manager and a coach because we had some structure to our day.
So in the mornings we get up at 5 and we're stretching by 5:15, stretch for 30 minutes, a bit of a warm down from that, and then we eat breakfast together as a team. We all sit around the table, kind of discuss the day and plan what's going to happen. And then we all then move on to the beach and we all surf together at the beach as well.
We try to keep our surfs nice and short. Try to simulate what the guys are going to be feeling when they're in the heat. It can be easy when you're free surfing at home, especially in wetsuits and that, to kind of drift off and, 2-hour surfs. So it's nice when we're over here to try and remind them how condensed heat surfing is. Send them out for half-hour surfs early in the morning while it's nice and glassy. Getting around the 3 different competition sites as much as we can, and. It can be hard because it's so busy out there, but it kind of keys are to try and not be picky. Get your wave count in.
So got to Puerto Rico 3 or 4 days ago. It's been super fun, just getting used to the waves, getting acclimatized, getting over a bit of jet lag and stuff. And the waves have been kind of small the last couple of days. And today is the day before the contest, and there's a proper little swell coming. So today is going to be good, and looks like it's going to be pretty similar to the first day of the contest tomorrow. So it's a good day to get some practice in. And we're surfing Margara in the morning, so it's going to be pretty good, I think. So looking forward to it, excited. I thought there'd be way more people out.
Yeah.
Not that bad. It is like, is there 2 peaks or what? Like, you can surf over there too?
There's a wider one that's kind of flat, and then there's there's ones that come from deep, smaller ones that come from deep. You get out there.
Yeah.
It's like High Tide Peak.
Yeah.
2 wedges.
See, like this guy's down there. You get scores on that, like, easy.
Yeah, it's probably as.
come to the event a few days ahead of the contest. It's important for the team to familiarise themselves with the waves that they're going to be surfing. We try to simulate it at home. The waves at home are quite similar because they're slabby waves, reef breaks. But the water is a different temperature, so it's a different density, and it's important that we get good practice sessions in on each of the breaks leading up to the contest.
Maybe people want some hummus after. Grace, your half ones in the fridge. Don't worry. Oh yeah, oh no, there's not. Oh shit. Oh my god.
Oh my god. I'd say it's really nice though. I know one nice pops. Like
Yeah, it's a slush puppy.
It's like Coke diarrhea. Oh shit, that's a mess.
The same, like I said before this morning, you know what you're doing. You have your heats. You go out, surf 150% for yourself. You get your scores in. Be busy. Hunt for your waves. Look for the opportunities and maximize them as much as you can. And just do what you can do. Your best performance. Come in with a big smile on your face. That's all I want you to do at this point. Good. That's it.
You. Yeah, good luck guys. Enjoy.
Probably like early to bed, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Okay, we get in the back. That would be, yeah, that would be good.
Get ready right here. 1, 2, 3.
The sand from each country will be placed in the container on stage to symbolize the peaceful gathering of nations through the love of surfing. Next we'd like to welcome Team Ireland with our flag bearer Grace Doyle, sand pourer Gearoid mcDaid, with sand from the beach of Strandhill in Sligo.
$55 countries, 5 continents, 55 países, en 5 continentes, over 260 surfers, 55% male, 45% women, where this short for absolute equal gender. But the slots out there, so we need more ladies surfing around the world. I officially declare open the Ayesha World Surfing Games 2024 in Puerto Rico!
Yeah, so it's very inspiring to surf against people that I've looked up to my whole life in terms of the women on the WSL. It's nice to watch them and see how they prepare, how they compete, how they deal with heat situations. If they're in third position, how do they deal with that to get up to the top 2? It's just inspiring to see them and to see how well they surf on the same wave that you're surfing that day. So it's like, you know, it's easy to watch them on TV and be like, wow, but when you're actually at the same location and surfing the same wave, it's even more inspiring and beneficial to see that. So yeah, it's really nice just to surf with them and be in the mix. And, you know, of course there's an element of feeling a bit out of our league, but like, then you just have to remind yourself that we deserve to be here and, you know, we're the best from our country. So really proud to represent Ireland against the best in the world.
Grace Doyle.
Grace, the 34-year-old from Tremor.
Look where she finds herself. Puerto Rico representing her nation.
came here to represent our country, to do our country proud. Basically, I had an injury. I fractured tib fib in 4 places. Does that make sense? Compound spiral fracture. Didn't know how the repair was going to be, and this is kind of part of my rehabilitation process. I've been back basically in full health and happy with that.
I suppose we found out that we were going to Puerto Rico kind of this time last year at the Worlds in El Salvador, and I knew that this was the last chance to qualify for this Olympics in Chopu. So from then on, it was pretty much from the Worlds last year. It was just continued on from my preparation for last year's Worlds, and yeah, it's been non-stop preparation my whole life, I suppose. I've just to try and improve and get ready all the time. So yeah, it's kind of non-stop, I suppose.
It's kind of nerve-wracking. The first day is always difficult, but we had a fantastic day. We had some kind of minor losses. We didn't lose anybody out of the contest fully. They still had a second chance. The girls progressed into the rep round, which means they get to surf twice. But then we had Gearoid.
Round 1, heat 28. Connor O'Leary starting off with a bang. 2 big backside power whips for Team Japan. Right behind him, mcDaid representing Team Ireland. Hammers that end section. That's how you want to start a heat. Rachel, wow.
What an exciting start. And cuts out. Blue back up and riding. This is a busy heat to start off.
Excited to see what the judges throw out there for mcDaid, an incredibly talented young surfer from Ireland. Well adapted in big barreling left-handers, also a wicked backhand, as we just saw. That final turn was really cool looking.
I think we're going to see him take the lead of the heat to start out with those 2 opening rides.
Here with the pride of Ireland, mcDaid. First of all, congratulations. You put on a master class out there.
Gearoid took down Connor O'Leary, one of the top WSL surfers in the world, proving that we have a standard of surfer that is a world beater, world class.
So before my heat, I had a really clear goal in mind. I had a mantra of being focused, determined and powerful in the water, and I brought myself back to that anytime that I needed to hone in on my decision making. I knew that I had 2.5 minutes left in my heat. I knew that I had an important decision to make and I had an important wave to catch. I brought myself back to that mantra, took a breath and managed to get that score that I needed.
This is my first time at the World Surfing Games, so I'm kind of seeing this as an opportunity to just learn. I've just seen it as a learning year where I've kind of got all to gain and nothing to lose. And I'm just excited to surf against a high level of surfers and just experience that level of competition.
Let's go, Tom!
I'm not going to say much at height close, so not bang on about it. There's no, all done. Okay, well done to everybody still at the same time. Still super proud. Performances put in. Okay, and some people are disappointed, but we have to move on.
Competing in Ireland and surfing in Ireland in general compared to Puerto Rico and an international surfing event, it's different. It's a lot different. The free surfs, when you're training at the surf spot, there can be 50, 100 people out, very keen on waves. It takes a lot of adjusting.
So I think I came here and I was just like, you know you're at a different level to everyone. Like, you're up against the world's best a lot of the time, and you're just like, okay, like, I'd love to make a heat. Like, if I could make a heat, advance a heat, that would be so sick. And, to come here to be able to surf in a similar way that you do, like, you're never going to surf your absolute best in a heat. Like, it's very hard, like, with the pressure and everything, but, like, to actually get the opportunity to surf and like get a good wave or get a good turn, like, yeah, it goes a long way with your confidence. It makes you feel so much better getting out of the water.
Contest is called off today. We were all getting ready for our heats this afternoon. The girls surfed this morning and they all got through and they were supposed to be in again later, but just as the next rounds were starting, they decided to call the contest off. The waves were getting kind of bad, the wind picked up, and yeah, they think there's going to be better waves coming for the rest of the week, so it's a good call, I think. And yeah, we're going to go for a little surf now just to keep loose and keep enjoying it, and yeah, hopefully we find some little waves around the island.
Yeah, so I was really happy with my performance in my round 1 heat. You know, I was up against a very stacked field, but I just was so prepared for that heat. I really had my confidence levels up. My mental preparation was the best I've ever had. When I was in the heat, I was off to a wobbly start just with nerves, but then I pulled myself together, was able to get rid of the negative thoughts, and my fitness felt so on point. It was a big, messy type of conditions, but I was able to catch lots of waves and stay busy, and I just started to feel more and more relaxed as the heat went on, and I got the waves and the scores needed to get me through to the round two of the main round. So I was really happy with that performance. I was really happy with my performance, even though I didn't make it. I feel like I surfed my heart out again, and I came so close to making the rep 3, and that has just really encouraged me and spurred me on to come back again and just, you know, go harder and prepare even better. And it's just the first kind of ISA event where I've really felt like, you know, I deserve to be here and I can do this and I'm in the mix, and I've knocked out 1 or 2 good people already, so it just feels good to, you know that you're part of that mix and that you can do it. You just have to have the confidence and the inner strength to know that you can do it, and with more training behind, who knows what you can achieve at these events.
Having to compete against CT surfers in this contest, it's quite a different scenario than you'd have in a lot of the other contests around the world. Like doing QSs, the CT guys don't really come in, and I guess for me, I just try not to think about it too much. I've surfed against enough of them now in the last couple of years that, yeah, you see their names, they're the big names, they're the favourites, but I've had heats against Kanoa that I've won, I've had heats against Felipe, and yeah, coming up against Connor O'Leary in that first round heat, it wasn't really a thing for me. I kind of just it was just another heat that I had to go surf, so I just don't really think of them as being that big name and anything anymore. It's just another surfer.
There's a set.
3, 2, 1.
Shit. Third. Conor O'Leary went first. There he is. He'll be disappointed now.
Yeah, I mean, I was telling Canal the other day, like, I haven't had a 20-minute meeting. He just starts to go. Like, my fingers.
Yeah, like, I think I did the comps at home to like just gain more experience. Like, I feel like competitively, like, I do want to be more competitively longboarding. I have a lot more confidence in my skills there, but like, competing is competing, and getting that experience is important. And like, I think coming, even though knowing like you might not be great, like, it still pushes you, and it still like shows another generation that like, keep striving, keep going, like, we're getting closer and closer, you know. There's like, yeah, I don't know, that the more we show up, the better we'll get, and I just want to be a part of it.
Oh shit! Are you alright? I think that made a good video. I'm good. That was so funny.
Like day 4, the morale was low. The team were out of the contest, so it's a difficult thing to kind of move around. You don't want to kind of push people too much. People need their space. They have to kind of process everything and come to terms with it. So, but it's good. It's an important that we try and lift everybody back up again and to kind of take their mind off that as a team. So we're kind of a small family. We're living together for the week or 2 weeks. You know, we're eating together, we're training together. So the losses are together, but the highs have to be together and the lows are together. So it's to get that, to bring that morale back up. You know, we try and do an excursion or an outing or something away from the surf. So we often did a bit of sightseeing and visited a waterfall, something different away from the contest scene, just to break that kind of that feeling of loss. And that everybody brings a smile back to everybody, and we kind of have a laugh and bring everybody back up. So once we've kind of got our heads around day 4, we get back into training mode. It's not a holiday after the contest. The contest is still on in the background, but we're still here for a purpose. It used to be the kind of thinking that it's just a holiday, it's a surf trip, but it's not that anymore. You know, we try and instill that sense of pride in the surfers and ownership, and we take ownership of their training. We take a kind of lead on that as well. So we make sure that we're back in the water having a free surf, but the free surfs aren't just surfing. There's a point behind it. You know, we're trying to do a bit more training, trying to learn more, trying to progress. So as a team, we're all training and surfing again and do like mini heats, and the surfers come in and watch video, look at the video, take on some tips, go back out and try and perfect that and change it and adapt it. So the trip in itself after the contest serves that purpose. So it's a good training camp, a chance to build and progress further.
So for myself, I work full time, and that money that I earn goes straight into my training, my equipment, and getting me here to international events. We're really lucky that we do have some backing in Irish surfing that helped us get here to cover our accommodation, to cover our entry fee. We had sponsorship from Troggs, from Tides, and I personally had sponsorship from my Rossana Surf Club at home, who always support me whenever we travel internationally. But really it's just that's a small pot in the grand scheme of things.
What would you like to see Gearoid land on this surf station?
The biggest full rotation ever.
The biggest full rotation ever? way.
Is it going to happen?
Some of us kind of pay for it ourselves, some of us try and fundraise, and like I set up a GoFundMe, and like luckily I kind of had met a lot of people like who are well off enough like to kind of support me this trip, you know. Other ones we had support from the ISA, like the ISA always pays our entry fee, which again is not cheap, and like every little bit helps, so that's like really appreciated. And
going forward, like the hope is that we can obtain a big headline mainline sponsor, and that sponsor would help injecting money into the team, helping to pay for the costs, maybe cover a coach and more coaching, relieve the strain on the athletes themselves, because it is a bit of a mental strain. You know, they have to worry about how much it costs them. Can they go? Will they have enough money? Will they be able to survive when they're there? And survive when they go home again as well to do the next trip. So it's a big ask on that part.
Fuck off! Get out of here. I was looking at that, I was like, what is that? I thought it was a bit of fucking dust. Alright, what do? Flick them off? Alright, you Robbie run away. Go on, there we go. Time in Puerto Rico here is done. Contest didn't really go to plan this time. It's kind of how surfing goes. You can be surfing good, started off the contest well. Yeah, didn't really make the qualifying for the Olympics this time. It's pretty tough, but yeah, nothing's completely over. We're still going, and yeah, not this Olympics, but it was a fun journey to try and be training and getting ready for it, and being here with the whole team was great, and having the support from everybody at home and everything was amazing. And yeah, still believe that I could do it and have the belief that it's possible. So yeah, who knows? Maybe the next one, we'll see how it goes.
The margins that the surfers were beaten by has gotten smaller. Previous, like the margins would have been bigger. You know, there would have been a bigger gap between us and them, but that gap has got smaller, and that's to the ability and the skill and the technique and the performance and the mindset of the surfers. You know, we are progressing. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it, but we are.